Hello, welcome to Chess Prime. As part of this video, we are going to see how to create a Spring Boot Java application Docker image. So, by using this, we can able to create very easily a Spring Boot Docker image. So, let's get started. So, to create a Spring Boot Docker image, we should have two preconditions. One is you should have installed Docker desktop in your machine and which should be running. In case if you don't have it, so we have already created one video on this, so how to install Docker desktop in your local machine, so that you can go through it and you can make ready the Docker desktop in your machine. So once that is running, then you can go to the next step. So the next step is you should have one running Spring Boot application which I can share with you, and you can able to find this application in the video description as well. So now we are going to see one of the Spring Boot application which is configured and which is having one controller and one basic API which is exported as a get method and which will return some of the customer details. Okay, so this first we need to verify whether your application is really running or not. Once it is running, then you can use this Spring Boot application to Dockerize or to create a Docker image. First, let me test it. So I'm going to test my Spring Boot application in my local machine. So now we can see, so my Spring Boot application is running in my local machine with the port is 8080. So let me verify it. So you can test this one with 8080 API/welcome. So basically, so this is the API name I had given and which will return a customer data as a JSON. So let me clear the log and let me verify one more request. So let me refresh. So we can see some log is generating at the server side. So when I'm sending a request, that means this application is running successfully without any issues. So we are going to use this basic application to create a Docker image. So okay, so let me expand. So this application, so when you run Spring Boot Maven clean install, so then you can see a jar will be created inside your target location. So this I have already ran it, so you can able to see one jar. So it could be any name as per your app name or how you configure it. So this jar will be created. So now the second step is to create a Docker image. We should have a Docker file. So this is the Docker file which is I have already created it, and it's very simple, which is having 4 steps. We need to understand it to create a Docker file. So the first step is you can see a base image. So base is basically a Java application, so we should have a base image and what kind of technology you are using, so that kind of runtime environment which will support your application. So in my case, so we are using Java application, so I'm trying to take a pre-existing image called Open JDK, a 20 version. So this is the first one, and the second one is, so when we are trying to create an image, it will spin up its own Unix environment, and so we need to keep all our files inside a specific folder. So that is a better approach instead of scattering across the main directory. So you can create your own directory, you can give any name, but generally app is a generic name and all application will go inside that one. So that's the reason I had given a standard name, but it's up to you. You can give any name, but it will work. So the third step we can see over here. So as I said in the before, when you run Maven clean install, so it will generate a jar, and that jar we need to copy into your own directory. So whatever commands you are running over here, like copy, expose, entry point, everything will be running under this folder. So that's a work directory, whatever you set it. So this copy command also will execute under this app directory, and this target folder will be copied into app directory. So as a name as app.jar. This is also again up to you. You can give any name. Okay, this third step. Now you can come back to fourth step. So when you are running your jar, so inside the pod we need to run a specific port. So that I'm giving inside the pod is a 8080. Again, it's an up to you. You can expose any port inside the pod, but when exposing to external, there's a different that we can see it later. So this is the internal pod port, and then finally this is the entry point, and we need to give an instruction. So how we are going to run your jar. So generally we are running your jar. So very simply java -jar, and you can give the a jar name. So this need to be splitted by separating comma and with double quotes. So that way this command will be executed whenever you are running your image. So that's the main purpose of this entry point and the corresponding commands. Okay, so now you can use the same docker file. You can able to find this docker file location description over the video. Okay, you can use it so for your testing purpose. Now let me stop it. Okay, so now how to create a docker image. So that's the final question. So let me open a command window. So let me open a command window in this particular location. So let me go to Spring Boot application and open. Can close it. Now we are into this project location. Okay, so this is a project where we are currently ran our test Spring Boot application. So now we need to create a docker image. To create a docker image, we are going to use docker build -t. So -t means when you are creating an image, we need to give some name, right? So what kind of name you want to give? So I'm going to give test Spring Boot Docker demo. So this is up to you. You can give any name, but I'm trying to give test a Spring Boot Docker demo, and then you can give a space, and then you can mention dot. So basically dot mean the sense it will try to look for in the current directory where is docker file is available. So based on that it will try to create a docker file with this particular name what you had given, and then press enter. Then it will try to create an image. So you can see it got created image very quickly. So basically I already ran previously, so that's the reason. So the base docker image it's already downloaded in my machine, otherwise it will take a time to download or to pull the base image Open JDK 20. So that's the reason it's very quick. Okay, now the image is ready. If you want to see the image what is got created, docker images you can run, and you can able to see test Spring Boot Docker demo, and the tag it says given latest. If you are giving anything it will take it, otherwise it will try to give the latest as a default one. And some image id it got created, it's just created before only. So that's the reason we can see this image. Okay, so you can give any name, it's up to you. Now the second point is, so now you have the image. Say for instance if you want to push this image into your docker hub, your own docker hub. So for that purpose what you have to do, you have to do two things. One is we have to rename this image to a specific name, in the sense username slash followed by your image name. So username slash followed by your image name, and then you can push it. So the first step is we have to rename, so you have to tag it. So docker tag, and you have to take the base name. Okay, and then you have to use your username which is configured at your docker hub site. So in our case, right, so let me log in into docker hub first. We can see our username. So let me log in into docker.hub. So you can try it. So you can log in over here, hub.docker.com. So then you can able to see. I'm trying to log in into my own account. So once I logged in, you can click over here. So we can see my username is just prime. So this is my username. So you have to prefix this username for your image. So let me go to the command window. After that, what you have to do, you have to give your own name. So you can rename again here. So whether you want to use same name or you want to give some different name, this is up to you. So I'm going to give a same name. Let me give test Spring Boot Docker demo, and then followed by version. Again, it's up to you. You can give any name, or if you're not giving anything, then it will take as a latest. So this is the way we are just trying to tag or rename the existing image into specific one. So that way, so this will be used for to push into the Docker Hub. Let me verify the the renamed image. Now we can see a just frame test Spring Boot Docker demo. So we can able to see the image with prefix as username followed by slash. So now the second step is we need to push this image into your repository. If you see my Docker Hub, so I don't find any image with this name. So let me see over here. So we can see here there is a two image, some React app and React app Docker demo. So these are the two images currently available, and we don't have any third image. Now I'm going to push it. So to push this one, we have to use Docker push command. After that, what image you want to push it, so that we need to give as another command. So let me push this image, and then press enter. It will take a minute because it need to be sent the entire 801 MB into the Docker Hub, so it will take some time. So just be patient. I'm just going to pause this video. So once this is pushed completely, then we can revisit it. Yes, now we can see, so the image is pushed completely. And now go back to your Docker Hub and we'll verify whether this image is available or not. So what you have to do, we have to refresh over here. So I don't find any refresh link over here. So let me reload this link, then we can verify it out. Yes, now we can see image got pushed into your Docker Hub. Test Spring Boot Docker demo is less than a minute. Then you can come back over here and then you can verify the tags. So you can see over here this primes test Spring Boot Docker demo, and the default tag is has given latest. So this is the way you can able to push your local image into Docker Hub, and you can able to see the similar digest what it's got generated like 03C, and that you can verify in your command window. Okay, so this is the way you can able to generate a Docker image in your local machine, and you can push the same into your Docker Hub, and which can be accessed by anyone from anywhere, so they can able to pull it. So as part of next video, we are going to pull this image back to in our local machine, and we will try to run it from the local machine or a Docker a desktop. So how to do that one, so that we are going to see as part of next video. I think that's all about this video. If you like the video, you can subscribe the channel for more subsequent videos, and thank you so much.